I'd like to call this meeting to order with the flag salute. Would you like to do it, Gary?
Sure. I pledge to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Since I led the flag salute, the flag's on the wrong side. It belongs over there. Yep.
All right. So the determination of a quorum, we have 3 members. So we have enough to have this meeting. I would like to call for other business items. Any other business items? All right. Need to approve the consent agenda. Can I get a motion?
I so move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Has been approved. All right, board reports. Anything to report?
We did clean out the back room here, and storage now for historical society. That's related to the city. Also put a new roof on my building and and we have work trails coming up in a couple of weeks, this weekend, next weekend. So that's an event that we've done for 23 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. Gary, anything?
No.
Okay. Public hearing, right? It just says. Okay. All right, public comment on agenda items.
Cindy Samko, city resident. We could get to the point of talking about park rates, RV rates later in the talk. The table on the bottom basically adds up to, if you were to raise rates in 2 areas, it equates to $500 in 2026. I'd like you to consider not raising it. Thank you.
Okay.
Which 2?
I don't know which 2 she's referring to now. I'll need it back, but you can bring me back from there on.
Okay. Right. I'll bring that up later. All right. New business. We have a new park board member, Anne McRan. And she gets to be sworn in by our amazing mayor.
Have you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Anne McRan, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of a member of the City of Toledo Park Board.
Oh,
Yeah.
I, Anne McGran, do solemnly swear to affirm that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of a member of the City of Toledo Park Board to the best of my ability, in accordance with the Constitution and laws of the United States, the laws of the state of Washington, and the ordinances and regulations of the City of Toledo.
I will uphold and adhere to the principles of integrity, transparency, and fairness in all park board activities and decisions. I will strive to promote the public welfare and act in the best interest of the City of Toledo.
I will uphold and adhere to the principles of integrity, transparency, and fairness in all park board activities and decisions. I will strive to promote the public welfare and act in the best interest of the City of Toledo.
Congratulations, welcome aboard. I'm gonna actually have you go ahead and sign here.
Here.
Yep. And put your seat at the table. Oh. And whatever.
Hi. Here.
All right. We do still have one open board seat application. Emily Morgan. She here today? Hi, Emily.
Hello.
I see that you have a bachelor's. What is your bachelor's in?
Oh, it's just the general Bachelor of Arts
Okay.
degree from 20 years, so.
Nice.
I have a captain's license too, so, you know, a chef degree and stuff.
So you can help us in a lot of ways. Okay.
I like that,
Yeah, I like that too. It says you were in council. Were you on park board too, or?
I was never on park board, but I was on council for 6 years.
Okay, that's an amazing amount of time.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to tell us?
About what?
Your time.
I've been living in Toledo for about 13 years.
Okay.
And I graduated from the high school in,
Okay.
yeah, I grew up here.
And you want to make the city better for the residents.
Yes, absolutely.
I like that.
Of course. In fact, I have a public comment here
Oh,
for the park board. Take notes.
all right. Do we have her come to the podium and anyone ask questions, or do we just? Oh, okay. Do we vote, or what do you do?
It would be if we want to move it up to council, this council's final approval. If the board wants to do that, then that's our next step.
Okay, so vote and then it goes to council. Okay. Would you guys like to do a vote?
So you can vote on it, and she's gonna serve under the direction of Sherry, so it doesn't necessarily have to go to council.
Okay.
So since Sherry's here, if you guys do, after you vote, we can.
Okay.
I only have one question. I'm ready to vote yes on Emily. We served together. According to the paper you sent us out, applicants have till September 30th, so are we violating anything? Okay. That's good for me.
Do you have any questions?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Want to address this possible conflict?
I was gonna ask her if she's related to anybody.
Oh,
Now,
That is my father-in-law.
yes. Does that,
But I think that as long as we're up. I don't believe it is a conflict.
Yeah, we did take it to the MRSC, there was no conflict, and then this did go through as an agenda item to council, a couple months ago, and they said that they did not feel it was a conflict, and there is nothing in the RCWs that prevent them from working together.
And
Okay.
I could not live with myself, and I didn't want to.
well, that is good. That is good to know. All right, so no problems. Everybody seems on board. Would you guys like to take a vote?
sure.
Right? Mike, you want to start?
I'm going to use myself, even though, even
Yeah.
though. You guys. For this particular.
Okay,
I approve Emily for the position on the park board.
okay.
I approve.
Second it.
Seconded. Sorry.
Okay. All right, and do I vote or no vote? I get a vote? Okay.
Yeah.
I also vote yes. So, motion carries.
And since they're both here, I know you're getting ready to like jump out the door, but you can swear you in right now, since Sherry's here.
Swear her in right now.
So I will, I've got an old one, but it's got the dates on it, so just don't say the name.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. You remember the on the race.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're. Okay.
Right, yeah. Okay.
I'm not expecting to be on camera this evening.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Emily Morgan, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of a member of the City of Toledo Park Board to the best of my ability in accordance with the Constitution and laws of the United States, the laws of the state of Washington, and the ordinances and regulations of the City of Toledo.
I, Emily Morgan, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of a member of the City of Toledo Park Board to the best of my ability in accordance with the Constitution and the laws of the United States, the laws of the state of Washington, and the ordinances and regulations of the City of Toledo.
I will uphold and adhere to the principles of integrity, transparency, and fairness in all park board activities and decisions. I will strive to promote the public welfare and act in the best interest of the City of Toledo.
I will uphold and adhere to the principles of integrity, transparency, and fairness in all park board activities and decisions. I will strive to promote the public welfare and act in the best interests of the City of Toledo. Welcome aboard. Thank you.
I know, if you come by tomorrow, we'll have it printed out for you. Exciting.
You don't wanna sit, my father-in-law sit with me.
Sure, I'll just stare right at him. Glare at him. and I'll-
You at the grocery store, you said you're retired.
Hey, well, you know, then I.
Me too.
Oh, actually, that needs some.
Talk about it.
They can come. I have a pen. Thank you. I'm back.
All right, so now we get to move on to our baby, the Esther Bordy Walk in the Park. But now it's postmortem because it's over. So, before I do my spiel, do you have anything that you want to say about it?
Like a good operation, the meeting, very well organized. I assume you made a couple of bucks off of it.
Oh, yes, we did.
Good, yeah.
Okay.
Very well organized, Elizabeth and Sarah. Thank you for all your work too. It's well done. Everybody enjoyed it.
Tell me about how it went, because I was not there.
100%.
100%.
Yes, I'll ask her and then I'll tell you. Okay, so I talked the longest.
No.
Would you like to say anything about it?
It went really well, surprisingly enough. It's actually my first Esther Party event. And for a town like this to have an event like that, that's really amazing. Especially for the town, since I'm really close with what is their great granddaughter. So that was really cool to throw that off for the Chronicle to cover it. And I feel there's a lot of potential moving forward for next year.
Yes. Dory Wade was an amazing part of this event because she did all the social media posts on the Walk in the Park event page and the page that we created on Facebook. She was putting multiple posts out every single day, thanking our sponsors, trying to get people involved, signed up, raffle tickets, everything. She even went around putting all of the flyers and the leaflets at the churches in Winlock and Toledo. She was an amazing part of this whole thing. And I honestly couldn't have done any of that without her. That's awesome. So I would like to make sure that she is, known that that was her behind that.
Can you have her go through that Facebook page and just take copies of all the posts that she did, so we can.
Yes.
She can just email them to me, it's fine.
Okay.
Or you wait.
Yes, with the board and the Dory and Sarah and Cindy, we really tried our hardest to get everything out in the short amount of time that we had. The day didn't start off as amazing as I thought it was going to. I was there before 7 and it was lightning and thunder and you could feel it in your chest.
Yes, it woke me up.
Yes, and so in between the rain, I would run out there and put stuff on the little table and I go back in until the rain stopped a little bit and then I go back and do that. But we had a lot of volunteers that were helping. You and your wife did amazing setting up all of the signs. That was very great. I'll all of the volunteers that we had that were helping with the beads and the bubbles and tallying the walkers and just the amount of family that showed up was wonderful. And we did get pictures of all of the awards too. The oldest walker was 83 years old, Verna Church, been in Toledo forever. The youngest walker was Augie Ward, which was part of the family, 2 years and 1 month. And his extra small shirt was a nightgown. And it was adorable. And then the most laps was my son Xander for 10, but he almost didn't have it because they're 2 speed walkers. They were very fast.
He was concerned about that too.
Oh, he was very, yeah, he was running.
Everybody.
Yeah.
He does. So everybody went on their walks and then we had all the raffle stuff set up and we actually had, what was it? $500 in raffle sales that day. It was pretty awesome and so many different raffle items due to all of the sponsors and the family donated maybe a quarter or a third of all of those raffle prizes. And I heard people talking about how much they loved how different every raffle prize was. There was something there for everybody. And they said that in years prior, that wasn't the case in most of the raffle places that they went to. So that was really nice to hear. I also have not been to a walk in the park before, so it was nice being able to see how it was well, I would hope would go, but I don't know. And well, we did all the raffle stuff and Owen from the Chronicle showed up towards the end, so he got some pictures and I just sent him about 60 more for whatever he wants to use for. Got pictures of the award winners, got pictures with Rebecca and the quilt that she won, and we did get a video of that. We could not live stream because we didn't have followers. So that was a learning experience, but we'll go over a lot of those things that we have to work on. I would like to say that last year, there was no profit. It was a negative of $1,064
The only
because,
bookkeeping last year.
Yeah, that breaks it even.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so there was no money that we had for last year, and the year before that, the profit was $478. Our profit this year, after you take out all of the shirts and all of this other stuff, so far is $1,696, which is so far the biggest that we've had, and we still have Rachel's money, and then also the church is donating to the park as well.
Which
So,
church?
the church that Esther went to, the Catholic one. So we're doing really good. And it's a good starting point to go more next year.
City Hall received a lot of feedback too on the event. They love the raffle prizes. It seems like there were some people that went down there just to drop off tickets and then leave. So there was a lot of really good feedback this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I did see a couple people there that weren't walkers that were just like, oh, I want to walk that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was nice to have. Got to bring in something to get people to come there, and we have some ideas on that for next year.
Yeah, and we've got some more options for sure that we should be able to cut that cost. I guess they were having some benefits before.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So if you guys have contact, or know anybody, then we can reach out to them and have them do our shirts in the future. I think Sarah's gonna reach out to Jill and try to get that info, so.
And the family's only worry is that it is quality. So if they're made at the prison, whatever fabric or whatever that they're using, they're not going to shrink. They're not going to, have any issues.
Yeah, the shirts that we've been here in the past were good. I mean, they were the ones that were taken out for cheese days. I think we still actually have some here that you could check out.
Okay.
They're decent.
I know that they were, sorry to jump in here, that they were printing a lot, like their cheese day shirts, like pretty much like the days before cheese days. That's what my husband was saying. So they were silk screening them, I think is what they were doing, or pressing them.
Yeah.
They were doing it like right there at home, so they didn't have to send them off or anything. But they got the shirts there and then they pressed them there, so.
Thanks.
So was that Amy that did those?
Yeah. Was the shirt cost for you guys? Did she also charge $18 a shirt?
I didn't get a shirt.
I mean, for cheese days, did you,
Oh.
order the shirts through her, right?
Yeah, she made cheese.
Did you guys buy them for $18 a shirt?
We paid her whatever it was that she said it costs.
Okay,
Should be the same.
okay, I assume so, would be, yeah.
So we should ask her and see what, I guess, her price was, I don't
Her
know.
price was, for, at least for our shirts, were $18, but
Okay.
it wasn't a huge profit because we were selling the shirts for $20, so it's
Yeah.
$2
Mhm.
profit.
Mhm.
So,
To lower that cost.
Yeah.
Make more
Yeah,
money.
so.
yeah,
But I will say, since I've gone to every one
Quality.
and I have all the t-shirts,
Mhm.
the shirt material this time was a little thinner. It
Mm.
wasn't, bad or anything like that. It was just a little lighter than the other ones.
okay,
They were heavier.
okay,
I know when we first started this back in 2016, we had the Department of Corrections.
Mhm.
Made the shirts for us. And they got them for like $5 a shirt. Those.
that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, I'm emailing you and Rachel contacted the Department of Corrections.
Thank you. It'd be nice to know how long in advance.
Yes, and all.
Okay, awesome. That would be awesome. We want to ask the public if they want to ask any questions before we go into that, or do we just want to?
No, we can.
Do any of you guys have anything that you guys want to say about the walk in the park? Suggestions, changes, things you like, didn't like?
How many people want?
There were 30 online reservation, signups. And I think there were 2 day of, so 32 paid participants. And then however many raffle ticket purchases we on top of that.
Yeah, I think when we cut the tape, I counted off the top of my head, 32, 33, somewhere there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Does that include children?
that included kids, so.
I would say, and Rachel, since you're here too, I would say that splitting the events next year is probably a good thing. I know I received a lot of complaints. About the confrontations that were going on. I wasn't even at the event and I had not obviously done it, but yeah. I wasn't even there and I received probably 8 or 9 people reach out to me. Pretty upset about some behavior that's happened there. I've got public records for video footage. And so I would suggest, nothing against you, Rachel, but not doing the events on top of each other if there's gonna be a conflict like that in the future, because I mean, I think the family was uncomfortable. Elizabeth, I know you said something about one of the family members was upset, but anyways, we don't have to get into all that, but yeah, that would be my suggestion. Rachel's here, so I don't know if you want to that or just.
It was tense.
Yeah.
And, and luckily I was able to shut it down.
Yeah.
I hope. Shut it down and we worked it out. Everybody was fine. Yeah, it was, I did have a long discussion with the one that needs to let it go.
Yes.
And just said, done with it. If you're gonna keep this up, I'm done. I don't wanna be part of it, associated with it. She has apologized to me anyway. Yeah, we're done with it. If she.
Well, we don't associate you with it, so.
Yeah.
Well, that, she and I are the ones that actually, she's the one who started, and then I jumped on board with her. But she's just got to let it go. We had this discussion several times already, but Saturday. I got lost in it.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't go, but I was hoping that, that it's.
We had a long talk. I said, you can't sit it. I'm out. I don't want any part of it. I don't need that. I don't want that. So she has, stepped back.
Okay.
On it, because I just told her, so you just keep living 3 years ago, let it go, be done with it already. So we were able to, I had to kind of get rude,
Yeah.
which I don't like to do, but she just needed to let me deal with it and just step aside. And we were able to work it out.
And you were very calm. I applaud.
I
You
was
were
very
behavior.
curious.
You were great though.
Smoke from down my ear. I don't like that. But I just had to tell her, it was, then she backed him. And she realizes, because I told her, I said, this cannot happen again, because I'm done. I want no part of it. We were in the paper, not doing that, luckily no names were in there, not doing it, not doing it. So she has backed down from that, realizing I just can't go around pointing fingers and talking smack to people, it just doesn't. She does have a brain injury, I get that, but still, you just gotta control yourself, you cannot do that. So unfortunately, we had one vendor come early, cause he didn't read his email, to come at 11 instead of 9 or 8 or whatever it was, so he left, I refunded him his money. It was the very not well attended at all, not at all. The top guy didn't really.
No, we're talking about the.
The morning
Yeah,
vendor was
yeah,
really
yeah.
nice, from my understanding too, he was really understanding, he was like, oh, I'm sorry, to the morning.
Well, the problem was, they were actually, Ralph, we're just gonna pack up and we're leaving. And we were able to work it out, showed her everything, the permit, everything that I had, because I took the entire file, and we were fine.
Oh, yeah, with the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, the taco guy,
Yeah.
everything's fine, but they were ready to actually pack up and leave. They said, nope, we're done. But once I, get the other one out of the way, just let me deal with this.
It was super
I
easy.
had all the paperwork.
Super easy.
It was fine, we
Yeah.
were fine, it's just, go away for a minute.
Yeah.
And can't say that, just go away for a minute and let us figure this out, and it was fine. The rest of the day was okay, that was a rough start, and I just told her, as I'm done with you and this, I'm not doing this anymore. So if you do this event, you need to sip it or be nice. You can't just keep attacking people. And I don't want my name in the paper.
They wrote an article on it, I was clear.
A couple weeks ago, it was in there, the day in the park, it was a
Oh, yeah.
profit business and blah. I said, I don't want my name associated. So, but we, at the end of the day, were fine, she apologized to me. And I just said, you know what, I pretty much, I don't know, it was so badly attended. That a lot of those vendors didn't even make their $25 back, because they said that thing. The taco guy, he made a killing, because we were hungry. Yes. But so it's just one of those things, I think to have it on another day, when? When do you have it on another day? The whole thing is to, put money into repairing the park. The sprinkler thing, the little whatever, that was Janine's original goal of creating Jane. That was all her. It just went haywire, but that is the goal, so I don't know if there would be another day to do it. Summer is not good for anybody.
There's another possibility, and then Dory is very wanting to do this, and she said that she could help with a lot of the stuff for this, but we could have vendors at Walk in the Park that, will do the walk. Then they'll start at 11, but it'll still be Walk in the Park, but no Day in the Park.
Okay.
And do it that way. Dory does not want to work with Janine. So Janine would be out.
Honestly, who does?
Yeah, can I say something? That's nice that she apologized to you, Rachel, but I think she needs to apologize.
Yeah, everyone.
To 3 different groups. She needs to apologize to the Parks Board for rudely interrupting the event. She needs to apologize to the citizens of Toledo for being a public nuisance. And she also needs to apologize to the family of Esther for basically, it was a disgrace. It was a day to honor a longtime citizen who's greatly appreciated. And she basically went in there with middle fingers raised and spit on the ground. It's horrific.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you, it's embarrassing.
So if you'd be open to that, that's what we want to plan to do next year.
Yeah, so one thing that we did decide to do too was that instead of it being she and I day in the park, that we would fall under a category with Vision Toledo's help. We need help. I work full time.
Yeah.
So everything I do, I don't do it at home, I do it at work. I pay myself to do it. So with help, we didn't advertise very much. It just did not go well. And we're part of the problem. I'm not part of that problem, but my problem is not advertising, not getting it out there, not putting pictures, not doing all of this stuff with the craziness that I've been through my past couple of months myself.
Well, you wouldn't have to worry about that because Dory's all on board to do everything social media wise next year as well.
Cause I didn't know about the shirts. Yeah, she said, well, it's been out there. I didn't see not one post of it, so I missed all that. Cause I had one from last year.
And we can get you roped in on the.
Some more
on the
of our
board
meeting
meetings.
needs
I
to
just
happen.
think that
Between
there's a-
Sounds like, yeah. I have input.
I mean, it was ugly.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing.
Well, no, I'm saying like getting you like involved in the meetings, but there's just that, we don't have to hear every single.
I didn't.
So you're definitely, yeah, you're definitely welcome to attend those. We can get those meetings out to you ahead of time.
Mhm.
We just told. Like,
Well, I honestly told her, nobody wants to work with you.
yeah, that's,
I said, your attitude is out of control. I don't even want to work with you.
Yeah.
So I think that was maybe a reality slap in the face, so.
Well, I had a comment about that, personalities aside, marketing wise, as someone outside looking in, and I've been here since 2016, I always thought it was the same thing. Just was told two different names. So the way it had been presented, both by Esther Bordy, Walk in the Park and Day in the Park, the last 5 years, I thought it was the same thing, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only person in Toledo that thought the same thing.
this is the first year that it's separate or the second year that it's.
No, this was our third year.
Wait, third year,
Okay.
but the first year in 2023, it was one event.
One
And then
event.
the last 2 years, we've ran it as two events. My
That's
other
two events.
suggestion is to, and I think we've all kind of talked about it, is let's jack this thing up in September a little sooner because it rains. It's like
Yeah.
walking apart, let's start fall.
But yeah, but I do
Pumpkin
agree,
town.
yeah, but I do agree about either separating it on 2 different days or combining it as one thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's gonna be 2 separate days. I don't even know what day we could do it. Everything is so packed.
It was originally Mike's idea, and it was to make more money. We wanted to expand the event. It was always supposed to be one event.
Mhm.
So the walk in the park should be an event that's part of a day in the park. And maybe what we can do is actually have the vendors come in first. Walk doesn't start till a little bit later. 10 to noon, but they
Yeah.
are already there. They're gonna have the majority of people still there. I left
Well, I know that
after I walked.
it's really important to Christine, at least, that it stays a walk in the park because the reason why they have that there is a quilt pattern that Esther Bordy found that was called Walk in the Park. So she wants to keep that. Yeah, that name specifically for it.
You guys can have more discussions if it is maybe combined back. We're gonna have it pull apart. I mean, if you guys wanted.
Well, so third year date, so did they walk through something previous to that? Because the walk's been 9 years.
Right, right.
So was there vendors and stuff previous to? No, okay, stay in the park, 'cause this was our third year.
Yeah.
Janine brought in the vendor idea,
Mhm.
to raise money for the fund. And we kind of muddled through it all 3 years. You and I talked about possibly moving it to a Sunday. Instead of so you do the walk Saturday, Sunday, you have a day. It says Sunday.
So is the family okay with the vendor part of it? I mean.
They are okay with that. They just wanted to make sure that there wasn't gonna be any conflict between everything. We could have,
Family members I talked to were fine.
yeah,
Sure, they're fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. So I'm wondering if some of the family members are okay, and some of them.
yes.
That's what I'm.
Pretty much, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Well, I know that in years previous, it was always raining on that day, always in the morning or time, so we could move the walk from 9 to 10. So it'd be 10 to noon and then have the vendors from noon to 6 or 12:30 to 6 or whatever, and then they can set up anytime before 10 and we won't have like the generators running or anything like that stuff
And
for it.
people will stay and eat. I was starved.
Yes,
There
and
was no vendors there, so.
But if you have a 2-hour gap, these vendors are gonna sit in there.
right, I won't have a 2-hour gap. I want the walk in the park to be from 10 to noon-ish. You know, you're gonna go 15 over for raffle stuff, probably. But then the next hour is when the day, well, not day, but the vendors start. Or just when it's over, then
Yeah, but
once
you
they
mentioned
finish,
they set up at 8, the walk is from, say, 9 to 11 or whatever, there's a
10,
gap.
10 to noon.
So she's saying the vendors aren't gonna just hang out.
They're not gonna just hang out while the walk is going on.
Well, then they can, if that's the thing, then we can, right after it's over, like what we had done this year, but have it be just a walk in the park, but with vendors. Then they could set up the moment that, okay, we're all done, have a great day, everybody, and then they set up, and then anybody can go wherever they want.
I just have to tell them, this year was changing from 8 till 11, and they were, okay,
Okay.
we'll start it at 12.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you guys should, you just start talking about this a little earlier next year.
That was my,
Start working all these.
yeah, that was my suggestion, looking at,
You should start working on it the next month, literally. After.
I
it
went
started.
through and scanned all previous years, because we're moving stuff to electronic.
Oh, yes.
And there's a lot of previous years that actually did early bird specials for entries starting in February. So my suggestion was going to be after the holidays, we should have like, I don't know if that would be considered a workshop or a meeting around that. So Rachel, you could attend if that's something that we want to do, combining them, have the family here, figure out what we want to do. Number one, we can figure out that situation. Number two, that gives us a lot of time where this year things were kind of jumbled, and that's where I think things kind of fell through the cracks. We had some things that we had to work through. We had new members. This was my first year as well. And we can get all of that squared away. So we know what's going on. We can get all of those details ironed out. That's kind of my suggestion.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean,
I
I
like
think
it too.
honestly, the event is still kind of in flow. I mean, it's still kind of growing and organizing itself. And so you need these kind of meetings in order to be organized and have that sort of event thrive and.
Right, because we have a lot of stuff off of the t-shirts. We have a lot of stuff off of the funding that was raised. So how can we do that better next time? And I mean, Joe already mentioned it, so I was going to the cost that we had for t-shirts, raffles, entry fees. Like I feel like we need to adjust that next year, and that could
yes.
benefit us a little bit more for having those funds
Yeah.
raised.
And also have a booth at Tuesdays.
Yeah, so I think if we have more time, that would be good.
Yeah, and if you guys could pin down a date so we can actually get the kitchen reserved, that would be. 'Cause right now, someone could reserve the kitchen a year from now.
Oh, on that day.
I'll
Oh.
Do it now.
So if you're doing the first Saturday of September.
Yeah. That's what I
That would be great, I think, I know that Rachel mentioned, you know, weather's a factor in September. It's a huge factor at the end of September where it used to be sitting.
Yeah,
It was much better.
At the beginning.
Much better. So, so if you guys can pin that down in pretty short order, so we can.
So do we want to put that on the agenda for everybody to kind of think about it, and we figure that out next month?
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, just move the card and put a reminder for January 3rd.
Okay.
Well,
So,
we used to have it later, we had it like the third weekend or so.
yeah, and we have a flyer, or not a flyer. It's a big vinyl poster, that was the fourth, yeah. So if everybody just kind of wants to think about
I
that
think we gravitated to
to the first,
part
yeah.
of September, where the weather would be guaranteed.
Well,
It's weather.
And if you choose something like the first Saturday of September, you can actually create a banner that you aren't dependent
That'd
on.
be great.
Tuesday.
We can hang it up for the Tuesday one.
Well, that's where I was saying,
Right now.
we have a banner that's the fourth Saturday, so,
Just change that.
yeah, that's where,
Other. Or at least the
Pinning down a
6
date.
events that I've been to and rained, at least 4 of those 6. And even though it rained in the morning, it did clear and it was actually a nice day earlier in September.
So if we have to, we could do Esther 40 umbrellas. And people can get those.
I mean, it's, who doesn't like good, you can use them in rain, you can use them in the sun.
It was like 7 AM and I was like, oh.
Feel like Mary Poppins.
That's a long weekend, that's probably not a good idea for Saturday in September. Isn't that Labor Day weekend usually?
Mhm.
It shifts a little bit, sometimes it's into August. sometimes
does.
If they're going back to school.
Yeah.
So, but guaranteed that.
Monday?
Yes.
Yeah.
The first Monday,
Yeah,
so it would
but
always be the
it'll
weekend
be-
before.
A long weekend, that's what I'm saying.
So whenever.
Yeah, it would never be on the first Saturday.
So it sounds like we.
Yeah,
Right.
It'll
So,
always
like
be
next
before.
year, Saturday the fifth is the first Saturday in September, Labor Day is the seventh, that is Labor Day weekend. That is where you're gonna.
Yeah, so that's what,
Leave
Yeah.
town, and so
Go
your
out of
numbers
town.
will go down.
Maybe the second.
Yeah.
Second Saturday.
Yeah.
Can we change that banner to Thursday?
Yeah,
Second?
I can, it might be a little tacky. We can look at that and see how that works. If it works, great. If not, then
Just
Yeah.
need like a little stick of like the sticky Velcro stuff and I'll like dip it in here and stick them on there.
second Saturday.
I would also like to make note that there was a comment. I want to make sure everybody knows for sure. Janine had said that the logo was hers. And I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that Mike is the one who created that logo and it does not belong to Janine.
Cause I was wearing a shirt that said 2018, and I said, no, you stole that from me. Never from the city. Use the city.
Him doing it at the time he did it,
Yeah.
because he said several different groups,
Yeah.
which. I don't have to get rid of anything. Still,
Yeah, that was a big part of the conflict Saturday. A lot of pointing about that.
I think that pretty much covers everything. If we're going to do a meeting in January,
Okay, perfect.
we can bring all these concerns back up
Good.
and yeah, everything everybody commented on, I'll have ready.
Okay, that'd be great. And then we can think of stuff.
Mhm.
All right, so before we move on, I just want to say, whatever things you guys want to change or add to for next year's, come up with a list so we can talk about it for the next meeting. Fresh ideas, old ideas that we haven't used, anything you want.
I asked that day in the park be put on the new business. Apparently, it wasn't.
Thought it was, there's a couple things missing, so I don't know what happened there. Nice.
Was for the
Thank you, Rachel.
Assuming it's going to get better.
Yes.
Yeah.
So hold on, he did make a good point. So Day in the Park is missing too. So you came to speak on the Day in the Park, right? She gets today.
Oh, today, just to, hang on, yeah, go over it.
Oh, to get that. Okay, cool. So I apologize. That
Well,
I don't know what happened there.
And turn in the mic.
Thank you for
Okay.
your donation.
Thank you so much.
And you can come to next month's meeting so we can talk about walk in the park.
Okay.
Okay. All right, can I move on to the?
Mhm.
Okay, so we had talked about using the money for the ADA compliant bathroom doors and shower doors. There are two problems with them. One being that the keypad is so high that people in wheelchairs cannot reach it. The other problem is that, and this is an even worse problem, kids are being locked in the bathrooms. So there's this big metal piece at the very top. And if it isn't closed, then when the kids go in there to use the bathroom, they can't get out. So it is incredibly important we get these doors fixed. The big problem that we're seeming to have is that, so one quote that I got about the doors, 3 doors for $10,000. He said he could go cheaper, but the doors that we would get would be easy to dent. And we definitely don't want that for a park because we already have issues with people trying to get in the bathrooms when they're locked. So if we could find a way to get a grant, that would be awesome. Any kind of way that we could, because even with the amount of money that we have raised, we couldn't afford 1 door.
There's other places to get doors, let me and Sarah do some research on that, we do have to pay prevailing wage, but we looked into some stuff. We can get the doors and have the guys install it, there's some workarounds, we can look for grants. Let's Sarah and I do some research on that first.
I was looking at that, like, what this is before I came here.
And then you can ask for RCO grants every year through the city and they'll give you $5,000 if
Okay.
your project is worthy,
Okay.
right? This sounds like a worthy
Are you
project.
talking about the loss prevention?
This sounds,
They don't give 5,000 anymore.
they don't.
They give based off the population size. This last year we only got 2,600. Which we've already used, but yes, it could go, we could pull it next year.
Yeah.
For the 88 type doors.
So I was thinking like that is something you could ask for, like every year, like throw that out there, fix something in the park every year. RCO grants.
Okay.
Loss prevention.
Loss prevention grants, loss prevention. Yes. And then there are also, I didn't do any in-depth research because I didn't have time, but, there are all kinds of places, organizations that will,
Tax write-off sort of
Yeah.
deal.
exactly.
So that would be
I
great.
mean, and especially, I was thinking that, we have an aging population. I think that we need to, as a park board, probably start to look ahead and think about how we're gonna help our aging population and start to install more of that kind of thing. So.
Yeah, and if
like
it's,
handholds and,
yeah, and if it's written in the right way, when we go to get grants and stuff, and we give the percentage of our town that is elderly, that might make a big difference to them. Being
Yeah.
like, oh, the majority of your town is people
so
who need these anyways.
that was the thing is like, you have to do a self-evaluation and, how are we gonna access, accessibility barriers and like a transition plan, technical standards, how are you gonna utilize the resources that you have? Like all of that stuff, even before you get to how you're gonna ask for what you have. So, but I think it would be good to like actually start with a self-evaluation.
I have a solution. No doors.
Which
Middle school,
Yeah.
middle school, the grade school, they don't ever have doors on. There's not a problem.
We had people who didn't destroy stuff, that would be an option, but we have had kids at the park taking bolts out of the picnic tables recently, so.
Boy,
But if there's no doors, there's no.
Nope.
No,
Break everything else.
what do you say? Yeah.
I don't even know what schools you're going to where there's no bathroom doors.
No high school.
Totally high school,
Are you
totally
kidding?
high
No bathroom
school.
doors. You wash your hands out in the open. Like you literally walk up to the bathrooms and you can see the mirrors and the sinks, and then it splits off. And there's
I'm sorry, that's weird. And my children would never go to school like.
there's doors where there's like toilet,
That,
but yeah, there's no
that's bizarre.
Yeah,
That's,
it's
and that's
you can't see
totally
it.
unofficial to me as a parent.
Just like.
No,
Well,
the
kids
bathroom.
want a baby.
It sounds bizarre, but it's not bad.
No, there's not.
Yeah, there's
Stalls everywhere.
It's not open.
And angles, right angles.
angles, yeah.
I would like to ask you a question.
To that.
Do we have to spend all of this money before the end of this year?
I would like to have it allocated, so if we're allocating it for the doors, that's fine, then I can dog tag it.
Okay,
And so, like I said, Sarah and I can do some digging this weekend or this week and look at some door stuff, and we'll, if that's what you guys wanna do with it, then we'll put it as a reserve for the doors.
okay. Joe?
Elizabeth, after you brought that up, I still could not find where you asked me for the grant, but, so I went right on it and started looking for grants. But I need an assurance from you that you're not gonna take off the earliest grant that can have a decision is going to be the end of December. And I don't wanna find that I wrote a grant. You know what I'm saying? And-
Yes,
and then-
yeah.
Because the job was already done.
And that's why I was asking her when we have to spend this money
Yeah.
by.
Yeah.
If
So
it,
we
if
have
it,
some foundations that we can take a look at, but what I can tell, all of them are extremely detailed grants. That Christopher, and Dana Reed Foundation, will be the earliest one that we could look at,
how far out would that one be?
end of December. Decision is
Okay.
end of December, the earliest.
Okay, that's a lot better than what I was
But,
thinking.
so we'll have to see, I can't get into the grant without making an account. So I wanna be serious that I'm going after this grant.
What is the minimum
Um,
that we have to ask for?
It's about, I think their minimum is 5,000 to about 24,000.
Okay, and we have to pay it back or no?
No, it's strictly
Grant-
grants and foundation for handicap people, but they like to focus on more of a cure usually, but they do, you know, for things like that. So on an area on aging is another grant that I didn't look at, but I know they have that. And we may be able to get money through that if we're gonna go for a senior type request. And we do have an above average number of seniors, which I have used in my grants, and I know that we do. The other thing is, maybe we could reuse the doors. Like you put those metal strips where things have been pulled out from before, they're stainless steel. I think everybody's probably seen them.
Yeah.
And we might be able to get them, you know, do that a lot cheaper. For it to be ADA compliant, it's one of those push button doors. So it's low enough that a person with a walker can stand there and the door swings open for them. And same thing, even with the other wheelchair doesn't have as much trouble, but a person with the walker trying to get through. It has to push the door and hold the walker at the same time, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just need to have electricity, that is what's happening. Then something for somebody to install the push buttons, we may be able to reuse them. So it's a thought, and talk to Public Works.
Yeah.
I talked to the guy when he even measured those before he submitted it to you guys, and he said they have to replace to make them ADA compliant. They have to replace not only the doors, but the door frames, because where they drilled the holes, the latch, it's not at the exact spot where it's supposed to be ADA compliant, which is what we were wanting. So they do
That's what I
have,
heard
can't really just put on a quick fix with these doors, doesn't make them ADA compliant.
Yeah.
No doors, I'm telling you.
Rachel, is community development business grant a possibility? So a friend of mine who does write grants, she said that that would be probably our best option to get something quicker than later, is the city applies for that grant. And what's it called? It's called the Community Development Business Grant. And it's applied for through the city.
Okay. But this isn't really business.
Right, but so they can allocate certain funds from that grant towards this. They would be able to use it all, but they can allocate a percentage of those funds to every project. So she does grants like literally for this stuff, so.
Okay, so are we in agreement about the doors as our final decision?
Can we do a quick recap as what the agreement is upon, please?
Okay, so,
Recommendation.
yeah, the recommendation is that we get the doors replaced. They're the most important part. The only question I'd have for you guys is if they're, actually for Rachel too, if we do get the grant and we have money that was allocated for the doors, but we no longer need that for the doors because we've got a grant, would we be allowed to have it for, say, more playground equipment next to the xylophone? Would be able to say, we want it for the doors, but if we have extra funds, this too.
Correct.
Okay. So what do you guys think about that?
Aye.
Sure. Motion for the doors and playground equipment.
I make a motion that we approve the funds for the doors.
There you go.
And if there's extra playground stuff.
Yes. And to look into funding for grants for
ADA.
Helping
ADA,
pay for the doors.
updating ADA compliance in the city. Yeah, that's what it is.
Second. One second. I need a
Second it, Mike's idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Hey,
Motion carries.
I got that luxury.
Yeah. Yeah.
No water, you're saying nay.
Caught me off guard.
Irony.
He still wants to.
All right, so move.
I would, well, with that button mic.
All right,
Budget.
so moving on to the 2026 budget. A couple more items.
I
Okay.
don't have a copy.
Hmm.
No, that's my copy. Here, let me go make a couple copies.
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
I would not be informed otherwise, I need to make an informed decision, man.
And you got a copy?
Nope.
Okay.
I think we're getting one.
Page 3.
And then when she comes back, Cindy, will you tell us the two areas that you were talking about earlier?
Thank you. Hi, Rachel. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Hi, Rachel.
My Santa Claus parade was on December 6th.
I haven't seen a date for it, but isn't it usually the first Saturday?
Saturday, December 6th.
I guess my question, what's the part forward? Move on.
I don't know, good question.
We're just shooting the breeze.
Yeah, no.
We just shooting the breeze. Santa Claus parade, why is that a park issue? Park board issue?
You'll see why.
Okay. Just asking.
All right.
You're only needed always.
Okay.
Budget.
It's your turn to tell us which two areas you were talking about.
So it's a spreadsheet for now. So we got, nope. That portion is nearby campgrounds and parks and an average cost for RV and the lower spreadsheet is, if you were to raise prices on under 40 feet RVs and tent sites by $5, which will come in line with some of the averages above. The over 40 feet is already at the average, at $55. So current rates, $55 for over 40 feet, the class C, class C. Under 40 feet is $40 and tent sites are $20. So the spreadsheet below basically gives you an incremental revenue increase in 2026 of $600. Based on how many of those types of sites are reserved every year. That makes sense. The lower spreadsheet, there are I don't have it in front of me, like 36, there were 36 reservations for things under 40 feet. There were, I don't remember how many tent reservations there were.
59.
So if you increment that by $5, those are the totals. Yes, so based on reservations that we've had in the past, projecting out to 2026, we get an incremental increase of $600
Okay,
by raising rates.
and you're for or against?
I'm against it.
Okay,
It's not, doesn't live it. I mean, $600 is nothing.
Yeah.
Or in the entrance to our park, is it like, we're not. I mean, there's
Not that
a
fancy.
couple houses that need to be done, and we don't have a lot of the amenities that some of these other parks in the area have.
Mhm.
So I will,
yeah, we don't even have enough picnic tables for all the tent areas.
we have money for them, we just need somebody to go pick them up, right, Joe?
No, we don't have money. That's the fault.
Oh, well, I thought we had to do it.
Well, that's okay because the wood shop wood shop at the high school has said that they will let the kids build the picnic tables and donate them to the park.
Yes.
So I just have to have a meeting with him in a couple weeks. Yeah. So he's been talked to about it and he's for it.
Can the city accept that?
Yes.
Paint them.
Yes, they will put waterproof primer paint on them.
Oh,
And they'll be able to do that every year because every year you have to.
That'd be super cool. They could put like, instead of 2026, they
Yeah.
could put their name on it and stuff. That would be really, really awesome.
Yeah, that would
make it Toledo themed.
Now, I'm not sure the metal shop can do it. They have plaques and stuff, but we could go through like a funeral home. They do plaques. Be able to get those kind of plaques for it or find another person. that does it. Okay. Personalized, perfect.
Yeah, and I think it's a great idea for the high schoolers to do that kind of stuff because they'll take ownership on it. And one of our biggest problems are at the park is teenagers, whether they're anywhere from 7th grade until high school. What they do is they come inside the kitchen area, they run and jump all over all the counters. They take videos of it. They'll mess with all kinds of things. Yet I found nuts and bolts also. They take apart picnic tables. And I went through one time and I talked to 2 boys and a girl and I said, people eat on these places, the kitchen areas, and not walk on it. And they would almost look at me and go, "Can you pressure wash it?" And it's like, so you really want me to pressure wash everything 4 times a week because that's how many times you guys do it? Like, it was just such a, I don't know, and I think if you get high schoolers to actually do it, they'll take ownership of it and they'll police it themselves.
And before you go too far, you do need to make a decision, are you raising rates or not?
I agree with Cindy.
I agree too. Until our park is better.
I move that we go.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you.
Motion carries.
Got it.
We will come back to that if we have a better park.
Is that? Has there been money in it? I'm just curious because like there's a whole lot of people that come through on Sundays and.
So the thing that I've noticed, because we've been collecting weekly to bi-weekly during the summer, I have to have another person that goes with me, so that's where sometimes it takes a little bit longer. The entrance box, a lot of times, because I know there's a lot of people that come in and are supposed to pay when they come in, they are not paying.
They just drop it.
Or we get a lot, like there is one time, I want to say it was the beginning of July, I had a lot of envelopes I pulled out of there and I kid you not, I only had maybe, what was it, like $80 that I was able to count because there was empty envelopes.
Yeah, and
So-
Labor Day weekend alone, we had 30 plus on Monday, we had another 10 on Sunday, and another 10 on Saturday.
Yeah.
And that's not even including what came in on Friday, so you should have
And
had.
that's just the dump station.
So then maybe we need to put on the agenda for next month discussion on how to better
Yes.
operate that, because I know that, and there's a lot of people going through the dump station that are not paying,
People love that
yeah.
are local.
Yeah, there's residents that have RVs that live right down the block
Like
from
they
the
don't-
park,
Mhm.
and they'll literally just come in and up and then repark.
Is that allowed?
If
If
you,
they pay for it, it's allowed.
if you go back to your comp plans, there are prices for digital dump station. So you can look at the cost there.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's like,
it's definitely worth looking into.
sorry to change the subject, but another thing that happens there at the park, we have 3 garbage cans there. Only the one in the kitchen is used for park stuff, the ones by the Veterans Memorial and the ones on the very east side of the bathrooms. They're used by residents of the city to clean out their cars. And I'm not kidding because I can see them all day. I sit there with my door open, sit in my chair, I can see the dumpster, the kitchen area, the playgrounds, the bathrooms, and the veterans wall, and I just watch.
Does the park host have a possibility of writing fine tickets? That thing?
Yeah, you go over and tell them, hey, the trash can is better than throwing it on the floor, I guess, but,
You're not good.
It's just crazy that like how some people take advantage of it. Like I just,
You're good.
so we had one guy that actually came in and said, we don't have any envelopes in the dump station thing. He loves the convenience and he pays every single time.
Mhm.
Yeah, we just
But
said,
then-
just put $5 in
Yeah,
there.
and
You don't need an envelope if we're out of envelopes.
yeah, but I mean, then, but we know there's so many that aren't.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're lined up 4 deep just to dump them.
I'll do some research and we can bring this back up next week and see if there's any way we can better track payments, see what we can find. I'll look on, Lion and see what.
Yeah, cause to be income is income and like,
Mhm.
you know,
And that's, like I said, that's been, since I started working on this, that's been an issue. Carly and I have talked about it. But there's just, we've never taken it further, so I will look into this and it'll be on the agenda next month.
Yes,
So if you do the digital, somebody told me that when they go, I don't jump RV, but when they go to other places, it won't turn on to pump it out. If you haven't slid a credit card, the
Oh.
digital. So that's how they prevent them from pretending to put money in there. And then just, or not even pretending.
That would be really good to look into.
Maybe you can make it so it backs up.
Call it karma.
Ew, that turned my stomach.
So, once you just tell those kids to leave when they're jumping all
I
over.
mean, if they're being destructive and
Yeah.
being
And
rude,
you
I would
feel
absolutely-
safe.
Cause I just feel because of the attitude I got with them once, though, at least it's on the police.
They're not, because they're ritual and jumping on top of stuff, I would absolutely.
Yeah, we've,
Call non-emergency and this will dispatch somebody out here. Yeah, and they'll try, and then you just have them trespass.
Then just tell them that their picture, we can just take your picture to the school, we'll know who you are. So.
Okay. So if we want to move on to the Santa Quad parade discussion, I can finally answer your question.
Okay.
So in years prior, the Santa Quad parade would go through the streets and end up kind of next to the river on that tree. But last year was the first year that they did it, and you ended up at a tree at the park. And so we're gonna be continuing that where it will end at the park, and that would fall in our jurisdiction because we're park board. And we could help the mayor get to a point where we would be able to possibly turn the whole circle into like the Civic Center in Longview, where they have all those beautiful lights around that people can drive around and see how beautiful they are. And it's like one of the best things during Christmas time. in Longview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would take, bit by bit to get there, and we'd have to figure out like fundraising for the lights, because as of right now, it's the mayor that's buying everything with her own money. And if we could raise up funds so that we could put stuff out there, then we could make it a place that the
We have
community
them
would wanna.
allocated for decorations.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not a lot, but we can get what's needed, and there's a crap ton back there. I know when we went through it, she was like, oh, this stuff's broken, it can be tossed, but a lot of it, if the lights are broken, if there's some cute stuff there that literally just needs to be strung with differently. Like, it's the big, like, reindeer, and if the lights are bad, I mean,
Yeah.
we check the bulbs, rather than go out and buy all new stuff. I think we should go through what we have
Okay.
and try to fix what we have.
Right here, it says, we have only used 36% of our park maintenance budget, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect. Then
That's for the emergency stuff. I know repairs and maintenance we're over, but it's all gonna roll up. But the other one was safety, park safety.
Yes, park safety.
Yeah.
Yes, park safety is at, what is it? 85.
So Elizabeth, are you proposing that the park board take on this event?
yes, I am. I am proposing that. Do we have any thoughts about that?
If we wait till after Christmas, they put that stuff way down, the lights
Yes.
are way down, they were doing grease. At, I think it was 50 cents. at
We
one
bought a
point.
bunch last year too. We have a lot of decorations.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want
We
to put
would,
this
we
this year?
will need more, but
Yeah.
we do
So
have
we don't say-
a line item, even specifically for. Decorations, yeah, like we just went and got some, went to Dollar Tree.
Charge these kids for riding people lots of.
So what I'm proposing is that not only that we join in and help with this, but we also start for this first year. So we would be doing all of this work to go to December, and it would still be better than it was what it was last year, because we'd have all of us doing something, anything, even just a little thing, and every year we make it better. And then we could get all the kids involved. It could be something really special. I know that in my son's class, they're learning how to do those cutouts to make snowflakes. Do you imagine having those hanging everywhere like in the movie Elf?
Love that
Has
movie.
anyone discussed this with Nora Davis?
So that's a thing. Okay, so I mean, if, I'm gonna say, as wonderful as this sounds, to carry on traditions like this, you need volunteers who are going to stay, who are gonna do this, who are gonna be here for the next however long to do this. And like enthusiasm and, you know, as wonderful as, I don't have the energy, frankly, to take on anything like this at all. So, I mean, I love the fact that, like, I'm an idea person. Like, I can generate ideas all day long. I have no, like, I'm not out there to like be social. Like, no, thank you.
Can we revote?
Revote. No.
Sorry.
It's asking you to resign.
It's like, I know we were talking Christmas. What about Halloween?
That's the funniest thing I've heard you say, right?
You didn't go the first place.
They didn't have a chance to bring them.
Maybe next.
So do they charge the kids for driving their quads through? That's how you making
Yeah.
money.
So how does this, like, how does this work? Can guys obviously work, you know, how does this whole?
How's a quad parade work?
Yes.
So I'm assuming that it starts here and goes through all the streets?
No.
No.
Okay,
Starts
so
at
then
the school.
then it goes through all the streets and it ends up at the park. And there's I don't know who it was a few years ago, Santa Claus and his wife were dressed up.
It was the former mayor.
Okay.
So do they decorate the quad?
Yes,
People line
yes.
Streets, like, I'm
Yes.
trying to get
Well,
a.
it's a perfect.
It's a parade, if,
When it's dead, people line the streets.
yeah, and people can live stream it so you know where it is at.
I think it's more fun for the people who are in it. Quite honestly, being like
Oh.
living on the town, like, and seeing it year after, I'm being honest here,
Yeah.
like year after year,
It's the
seeing it.
best 45 seconds I've ever
I
experienced.
mean, the lights are amazing, wow.
Oh, the kids really enjoy it. I've seen so much stuff, yeah. The community pages,
And that's what I'm wondering, like, is that the goal, like, you're handing out candy, you're doing this thing, you're trying to get the kids.
I'd like it to be even bigger if we could have Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus pictures at the park.
Well, and that's what
then-
I'm getting at, is that,
yeah,
that's why I'm
we
trying to
could
figure out the. niche
fundraise,
of this,
yeah.
Because like.
September.
There's a tree over here.
Yeah, so there are so many.
It's
perks,
what?
like we have
September 9th.
Yeah.
This is December 6th.
Yep.
I did a lot of this stuff in what, a month? I could totally go for it in 3.
So I'm gonna go back to my original question, has someone discussed this with Nora Davis?
Because
This is where I agree with my daughter. Let's not take this away from people who are already doing
Oh,
it,
of course not,
you know.
but I'd like some contact information so I can talk to her.
Nora has been doing this for years. I think she should,
It was her idea.
yeah, let her keep doing it,
Yeah.
and we'll support her.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Our whole thing that we would be doing would just be helping
At the park,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
at the finish.
And
Yeah,
I think
finish.
which park? I mean, we have so many parks here too.
we
like-
we don't have Wallace's Pond. That's not ours.
Right, I mean, but like, do we all agree that it has to be at the big park? Could it be like?
Well, why
a-
wouldn't
Why, I wouldn't.
Well, because it used to finish at the boat launch. And everybody in the town would come in, it would be a big dance. And like, there would be a lighting, yeah, I mean, like, there would be music and stuff, like, people would play, there was a violin and a saxophone that came one night.
You're thinking of the cheap ball.
Yeah,
ball
cheese
drop.
ball, well, yeah,
Yeah.
so.
That's just.
Yeah,
I think I should contact Nora and get her.
Yeah. I would love that, yeah.
I have a festival.
I would love that.
Festival.
Yeah, it was cute, it was, I made it hard last year was the first year.
Yeah.
But it was-
Have-
Yeah.
I know.
The kitchen area was right there, so we didn't have to set up for drinks or anything, there was people there with hot cocoa and cookies, and you guys could add more to it,
Yeah.
kinda like you did with the
Sim-
extra party, but
yeah.
it was. I've never done it where it ended up a lunch.
I
Last
have.
year was the first year I only.
I have. It was kind of hard because if people wanted to go there, the parking, everybody was there to see Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And there's not very much parking there besides that.
That's why I was wondering, like, why
Yeah.
didn't you do it anywhere else other than?
Oh,
park
yeah.
where there's-
Yeah, and I did talk to the mayor and she's on board with this too.
There is one drawback to doing it at a park, and that is if it's been pouring down the rain, that track will get muddy.
Yeah.
It'll get soft. And,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
that's weather, you can't.
That's it, we're in Washington, if that's what you're afraid of, then.
In the winter
I
time, that's
mean-
what we usually do is close the park
Yeah.
because of the track.
Yeah.
I mean, the city council has usually done that historically in the past, has closed the
That
track.
could still happen.
That
but
could still
only just for this.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that is a possibility.
Was last year there, they had a fireplace in the,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I like that.
And you could actually do the Terms Plus pictures with that in the background, so they.
That's nice. So let's, what do you guys think about putting a pin in it until I talk to Nora? And see what she has to say about it, get her, and if she's on board, then we can vote on it.
Well, yeah, whether she's on board or not, I mean, we gotta let her do the plot, right?
Oh, yeah,
We'll take care, and she's never messed around with one.
Yeah.
Always the city that took tree up and all of that, and,
but we would just be doing the park stuff.
yeah, we'll just do the park stuff, she does the plot. Yeah, really. I go
Good
along with
idea.
that. I move that we do it.
Okay, should we,
I second Mike's idea.
okay,
I think you should talk to the people involved before you decide this is the way it's gonna be.
can we do a decide, you're deciding on this if she says yes sort of thing? Is that what it is?
Table it,
Yeah, that's a good
Table.
idea.
you can table it, Chairman.
Okay, and that just means bring it up at the next meeting.
Yeah, because if you go ask somebody about their opinion, you've already voted here, this is what you're gonna do, that's
Yeah.
not right.
Great, so, motion to table?
Yep.
I motion we table this and have a discussion with with Nora. And
And I rescind my original motion.
Good.
second that.
Can I get a second to her?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Tabling.
Tabling.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Table. Okay. Unfinished business. Any unfinished business?
There was a couple of things that I was wondering about, something you guys brought up was about, putting cover over the.
It's done.
I installed that yesterday, was it yesterday?
It's very day before,
Yeah, yeah.
Tripping hazard.
Yeah, it's all,
Yeah,
it's all
there's
covered.
there's a fake rounded plastic rock.
Yep.
And it's buried down there and it's fine. Yes, the teenager can rip it up,
Yeah.
but if a small kid runs into it, it'll stay there.
And the other thing was the splash pad. There was some concern about it being sharp edges or something.
Oh, the boulders are really sharp. The first time I ever swept the scratch pad, I got a cut on my leg this long. And it was just by brushing it like that, just a normal step.
So did anybody talk to the boardies about it?
I have talked to the boards
Yeah,
about
they
it.
said.
They don't want to change anything about it. Not even a little bit. There might be a way to sway them to where we at least sand the edges that are sharp, at least on the inside. So if a kid's playing on the inside, they're not gonna get a gash like he did just walking past it.
I would really like to have the family come to the park, not at an event, just
Yeah.
have them come to the park, maybe with you. And just come sit down and like have a conversation with us.
I personally would to cut myself again on it.
We have,
To show them, no, literally, and it doesn't take anything. Like,
We
you
did
get
talk
kids
to
run
them.
down.
we've talked to the daughter.
Yeah.
And friend.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, their stance on it was, no kid has gotten hurt yet, so why change something?
probably because most parents won't let their kid play on it.
Most
because
parents
it's-
won't, yeah. The other part, is if a kid did get hurt, would the city be liable since it's at a city park?
Yeah.
You're liable if anything happens, yeah.
So,
So one of the solutions was to put up a disclaimer, but
We did have our loss prevention team come out too, and they did a full review of the park. I can have them do it again next year, but the only thing that they called out on our park was that our wood chips were getting a little low. So they're like our professional people that come in and say, oh, there's a tripping hazard here or a hazard on the rocks over here. So when they come out yearly. When they come out again, I can ask them to review it again, but that's, it's not something that our insurance company is too late about.
Okay, that's good to know. Also, the xylophone was installed and it's amazing. It's got these awesome like ways to tell you how to play different songs, and the kids, even the adults, are obsessed with them.
Yeah, I thought it was a little change.
It's beautiful.
We hear everything.
Somebody. Yay, I'm
cute.
so happy to hear that.
The other thing that we've talked about in the past, and that is the offering that our city has in our park doesn't include Wi-Fi. Has that ever been resolved?
Working on it,
It's
it's like impossible to get Toledo Tel to put anything in an email. I can call them and they'll be like, oh, we can do this, right? And then I said, okay, so we can do Wi-Fi for this amount. And then we'll send over the application, but the prices aren't in the application, and I'm like, hey, can you please confirm that with this package, it would basically be set up at the park post spot, and then there would be a guest portal to it. And then the response that I got from Toledo Tel was, oh, no, you misunderstood me, please give me a call and I'll explain it. And I've asked them, they won't put anything in writing. I've asked them like 6 times, I'm following up on this email, I need information, this is what I'm trying to do. Can you, and they just will not respond. I think Kim is the person I've been contact.
Yeah.
But
It literally doesn't matter who you talk to, because I don't know my work.
they won't, and I told them, I'm like, it's great that you're telling me this over the phone, but I need something to take to council that's in writing. And they will not respond in an email,
So
I
do
don't
you
know.
have other options besides Toledo?
Showing up to their
Down there, and there's a couple of them I can get a hold of there that I can push the subject. I would like to see Wi-Fi offered to campers coming into 26.
Because it's really hard even for them sometimes to, like, if they show up and haven't made a reservation, we're like, oh, you need to do it online, and they don't have service.
I know.
And so then we do it for them, which is totally fine, no problems at all. But yeah, we'll bust through and make the reservation for them. We've done that multiple times already.
So do you have Wi-Fi?
We do have Wi-Fi.
You do?
Because of a hotspot from the
Okay,
city.
From the city.
So, yeah,
okay, so
but it doesn't stretch the duration.
It's just a hotspot, so it's literally like just for one.
what, 25 feet or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah,
Well, and it's not gonna run much, but a TV.
Yeah.
And some phones, it's not gonna push. a lot
yeah,
down.
when Cindy was at the park and needed her laptop to be used, or it for the laptop, nothing in our trailer worked. Once we
Yeah,
crossed
it
about
was-
30 feet,
yeah.
it's done, so it
Yeah.
will not reach any camper. if
Yeah.
it's in
So
our-
they said they would come in, if we would dig the trench, they would come in and basically put the cable that's needed there. And then there would be the one connection that would be like $350 to hook up,
Right.
and then it's like $60 a month, but. We still need the guest access, and that's what they're refusing to put in.
So they could put a system in that would cover the whole park.
Correct.
That's what they're telling me over the phone, but they're not
Okay.
confirming that in the email.
Okay, and so if they do that, then what we would want to have is an ability to have a password that changes all. the
But you're
time.
getting ahead of it. I can't even get them to confirm in writing that that's the case. When I said, okay, so we will dig a trench, you will come lay the cable and we'll have an internet access with guest spots. And they said, oh no, you misunderstood me. There's no guest spots with this package. Please call me. And I'm like, okay.
So, yeah, so I feel like what this is they're, they're a small town business, right? They don't have this problem because they don't have parks here, we're their only park, right? So
No, that's not true.
Toledo Tel doesn't have a park with,
Toledo Tel actually does a lot of stuff,
Well-
businesses, because I work in Cowlitz County, and we use Toledo Tel. And Toledo Tel is.
In Longview.
Yeah.
in Longview.
Yeah.
I don't think they've got a lot of situations like this.
No, but situations like this where they also have a park so close,
they don't have a camping park, right, where.
I wonder who services up here.
What if the conversation is recorded on the phone?
Let me try to reach out to them again and I'll get with Sarah and get some more information.
We write our
I
own.
Or
Yeah,
record
if
the
I go
conversation.
down there, if I
on
go down
phone.
there and get someone face to face, then I'll try to do that.
And
So
give
I'll
their
come back
names.
to you. That is my goal, is to get Wi-Fi there.
So September 18th.
Still say, they don't wanna
Business
email, record the conversation.
where they're gonna have all. Yeah.
On the 18th.
Yep.
I'll be there for the part of the guy.
Spring
I think I'll get all those people.
So
Yeah.
like, that's Toledo till. What we got. We Toledo city.
Toledo 29 costing people.
This is vicious.
Is it intentional?
Mike, do you have anything else you want
Or is it an
to?
I mean, where do they get their name?
What about Anne? Anne, do you have anything that you wanted to add to any of the stuff we've talked about?
Other than saying they should record the conversation if they don't wanna email anybody?
Yeah. No? Gary? Something?
Well, yes, like they do, when you're going to doctor's appointments.
Do you have anything you wanted to add?
Well, it seems that Toledo Tel does have a problem in getting back to the city, because it is a problem. And for people who are, out of state, coming from, wherever they're coming from, maybe they're working, I don't know. They really do rely on internet these days, and having fast internet is amazing. So that, might be something that is a draw to our park, having the ultra fast internet. So
We'll
that is what we have.
let Rachel take the reins on it, see what she can come up with. Is there any public input? Anybody want to ask? Bill?
Good evening, my name is Joanna Jones, inside city limits, and I apologize, I just got this message from Recreation and Conservation Office today, so it's not in your packets, but I wanted to give it to you. They are basically that in 2021, the legislature passed the Evergreen Communities Act, directing the Department of Natural Resources to create the Evergreen Community Recognition Program. So you can't get a grant unless you're an evergreen community. It's all in here, describes your all. So I am going to write and say that we can't be, because your rules, we can't meet your rules to be that. So they have the ability. They just want input at this point to say, what are we doing? But they're excluding, this is what they're doing, any small community that can't afford a tree board and to have an arborist on call and all of this. So, the way it works is my computer will haywire, just flip it up from the bottom and the rest of it. So, I apologize.
Well, thank you for giving us this information.
Yeah,
Thank you, Joe.
but it really limits any RCO grants if they don't decide to exclude small towns that can't afford. So,
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Amazing. We just have to look into that, right? We just have to look into that.
Anything else?
I have one thing. I know I'm not. Citizen, okay. Okay, so this made me think of the conservation plan. Does the city have a plan with the park for planting trees? Because we do cut them down, but I don't think we have a plan for planting them. I believe that we should have one. And then how to grow the park. I know that they're dumping the fill at the very end. So thinking about that. And I think that was it. Yeah, the asking the RCO grants every year, like putting in, okay, what could we use that for? Even if it's like 500.
something, you know, so it's a really good idea, so.
Money,
Free money
Yeah.
is good. Oh, and the Arbor Day Foundation, so planting, you know, if we have like, if you have a good plan for greening your city, then you can move forward from there, because people like to see plans. They're like, you know what you're doing.
yes.
So,
I'm growing trees for the city. Thank you.
Thank
yes,
you, Jill.
exactly. So, yeah, so
You are a gem in this community.
true.
I'm a terror.
A terrifying gem. All right, well, if that is what everybody has to say, nobody has anything else to say? Then I motion that we adjourn.
I second that motion.
Hey, somebody take, keep going.
Oh,
I.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned.
I will put it on my